When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-616-8010. That's 1-800-616-8010. Again, 1-800-616-8010. Call now.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? Power Swabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is Ben Gordon with Power Swabs, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with Power Swabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try Power Swabs risk-free, call 1-800-291-5140. That's 1-800-291-5140. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-291-5140. That's 1-800-291-5140.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. Woo! There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You're listening to The Rod Eccles Show.
888-900-3394. That's the number to call should you wish to join me here live on the Rod Eccles Show. Getting into some Hillary stuff. This from the Washington Post, and I actually kind of chuckled a little bit as I read this, but realizing it's from the Washington Post. But the headline reads, Hillary Clinton in warrior mode in Iowa dismisses email controversy as partisan game. Now, the Washington Post, even as liberal as they are, they should know better. She's in warrior mode. No, she's in CYA mode. She's trying to cover her ass. Excuse my French. Clear Lake, Iowa, Hillary Rodham Clinton was in political warrior mode as she addressed Democratic activists here Friday night, delivering a fiery, rip-roaring speech designed to help quiet concerns about her weaknesses as a presidential frontrunner. She can't quiet them. She can't quiet these concerns about her weaknesses. Look, her weaknesses are very apparent. She's a liar. She's untrustworthy. And she's a possible now, not convicted, but possible criminal. I know some people are saying, Rod, are you calling Hillary Clinton a criminal? Well, she hasn't been charged or convicted of any crime. That's why I said she's a potential. Because of what is going on with her emails, there is a potential there for a crime having been committed. And if there is a crime that has been committed, well, it's her emails. So obviously, unless she's got a twin somewhere writing the emails for her, she's the one that wrote them. She's the one who would have committed the crime. Plain and simple. If you're not supposed to use another server, if you're supposed to use government servers for your business stuff, your government business stuff, and she didn't do that, she used, other servers other than the government server for government business. Well, and if the law says that you have to use a government server for government business, and she didn't do that, that would make it illegal. That would make it a crime. Now, maybe it's a regulatory crime, maybe it's a rule crime, or maybe it's a law crime. Yeah, it doesn't matter because all three of those carry the same kind of weight. As a matter of fact, she probably would hope that it's really a law, not a rule or a regulation, because oftentimes rules or regulations are dealt with more severely than if you break one of them than if you break a law. Just saying. But Clinton took the burgeoning controversy over her private email server head on, saying probes into her correspondence as Secretary of State, as well as her handling of the 2012 terrorist attack on Benghazi, are nothing short of a political witch hunt by her Republican opponents. We were told this before. This is the same old stuff. What difference does it make? There's nothing in the emails. And then we started finding stuff in the emails. So it makes a huge difference. Now people are wondering, wait a minute. If we're finding all this potentially confidential and top secret stuff in her emails from her private server, what was the FBI doing leaving all this classified information out in the open for 1, 2, 3, 6 months? So now there's this talk that it's not taking the specter off of Hillary Clinton. Actually, it's adding more to it because now people are saying, well, it's not. Well, maybe this stuff isn't classified. Now it's saying, well, if all this stuff was classified, why didn't the FBI clamp it down 6 months ago instead of leaving it out there in the open? Well, if the FBI needed to clamp this down 6 months ago, that means that some stuff in there that's pretty, if it gets out in the open, is pretty damaging to the United States. Well, too late now. It's been out in the open for so long. But, absolutely mind-boggling. And she just wants to say and try to pass it off as a Republican witch hunt. Well, it's not just Republicans who are saying this now, and it's not, the FBI is just looking into criminal activity. They could care less if you're a Republican or a Democrat. And, because, look, J. Edgar Hoover's FBI is long since not listened to presidents. Granted, the person who's running the FBI now is no J. Edgar Hoover. For better or for worse, I'm sure that the current FBI director does not cross-dress. Actually, over the weekend, I was watching. What were we watching? We were watching a program. Was it on the history? One of those history channels, like History Channel or Learning Channel or something like that. One of those learning types of channels about gangsters, the mobsters of the 30s, the early 30s, the John Dillinger and Babyface Nelson and Bonnie and Clyde. We look back on those characters as with a bit of romance. Going up and down the Midwest states, from Texas to Illinois, just wreaking havoc, especially on banks, and murdering, combined by all of those 30s gangsters, killing hundreds of innocent people, as well as hundreds of fellow gangsters. Yeah, I get, they also got gangsters, but the FBI came alive, if you will, because of those 30s romanticized gangsters. And it became a notion that, the FBI always gets their man. Back then they used to, they didn't really try to, arrest these major gangsters. They'd be the equivalent of today's 10 Most Wanted. They didn't try to arrest them. Oh, no, they would wait in ambush and just shoot the you-know-what out of their vehicle, or, wait till they came out of a movie theater and pop them there. They weren't trying to arrest. But they made a name. Hoover made a name for the FBI that you don't want to mess with us. And the FBI has pretty much been that type of law enforcement organization ever since then. You don't want to mess with the FBI. Doesn't have a sense of humor. They don't. They don't. If they get wind of something that they think is breaking a law that is under their jurisdiction, they're like pit bulls or whatever that dog is that never lets go. They don't let go. They will take it as far, and I know that sometimes, even the FBI, they, like a Whitey Bulger and that type of stuff, there's always questions about how they get their info, sometimes about how they garner or gather their information, and certain tactics that they use and certain promises that they make, and then they go back on those promises. But be that as it may, you have to understand the FBI is out to get their man or woman. Doesn't matter. And if the FBI is now sinking their teeth into this issue, well, this is no longer a Republican versus Democrat. This is legal, this is criminality versus non-criminality. Was there a crime committed here? If there was, who committed that crime? Well, again, if there was a crime committed, it most likely had to have been committed by Hillary, because she's, the one who wrote the emails. And if she didn't write the emails, well, then there's a possibility of another crime being committed, because of all of this stuff is classified. And only people who have certain levels of clearance can either read or have access to this stuff that is evidently written in some of these emails. So there's another crime that potentially having been committed if it wasn't Hillary. The left has got themselves in a trap, and so does Hillary. Well, I didn't write this email. Well, then who did you let write the email? Well, it was aide number one, but aide number one doesn't have your security clearance, which would be required to have this information in order to write this email and send it off. So it's almost at the point where it's damned if you do and damned if you don't, Hill. Which is, her own fault. She knew what she was doing. I don't want to hear this stuff. Well, it's a gray area. We're not sure. No, she knew exactly what she was doing. Trust me, folks.